Hi, everyone. Welcome to Real Estate on the Front Range. This is Sean Gilliam with Location Real Estate. And in this episode, we're covering the monthly market update for June of 2022. And if you haven't watched these before, I cover recent market data, key metrics that give you an indication of how the market is trending here overall in Northern Colorado. And the three major areas right around here, or counties, I should say, are Boulder, Larimer, and Weld. And I will look at the data here shortly. But before I get into that, I want to cover a couple of important questions that I get. And the first one is, are we headed towards a housing market crash? A lot of people are concerned that we're going to have a repeat of what happened back in the late 2000s. I also did a video on that just late last week. It's called, Will We Have a Housing Market Crash? I would encourage you to look at that if you haven't already, because I explain why we are not going to have a housing market crash, and I give some key data to support why that's the case. But there is also a quote, I think that's a common opinion, or the popular opinion nationally as well. Here is a quote from Realtor.com. Experts don't believe the market is in a bubble or crashes in the cards like during the Great Recession. They're referring to what happened in 2008. But the nation is still suffering from a housing shortage that has reached crisis proportions at a time when many millennials are reaching the age when they start to consider home ownership. And that's likely to keep prices high. So continued housing shortage, lower supply, paired with stable or increasing demand with more millennials considering home ownership, according to Realtor.com. So again, if you look across the board, all the experts out there don't think we're headed towards a housing market crash. The second question I get is, if it's not a housing market crash, is the market shifting? A lot of people are hearing rumors that the market is softening, that things are changing. And I would say, yes, that is the case. And if you check out a video I just did a couple of days ago, Are We in a Housing Market Shift? I cover why that is. I cover some key data that supports this. And then also I give some advice to buyers and sellers that will help you to be best or most successful in the changing market that we're in. But here's another quote related to that. And I know this is in a lot of buyers' minds. They're concerned that with these higher interest rates, hey, that's going to be more expensive of a monthly payment. So therefore, let's wait and hold off until the market changes. Well, I don't think that's a good idea. Neither does Shivani Peterson here, a mortgage expert. And here's why. If you're looking to buy a home, I would still recommend you do so, even at the higher interest rates, because we have no reason to believe that home prices will stop appreciating. Home values going up is only a problem when you're going to buy. However, when you own, it's a gift. And so it's important to consider your personal situation, what you can afford. We certainly don't want you to buy a house and be in a situation where you're in financial trouble now. But at the same time, if you're thinking about waiting, it's not a good idea, because home values will only continue to increase because of our low inventory. So buy now if you can, if it's a good option for you, and then you can expect to see your home value go up. So you have that automatic equity kind of built in over time. And then also, it's possible mortgage rates might go down. In fact, they topped over 6% here earlier this week, but now they're now slightly below 6%. So it's possible they could go lower at some point. And if that's the case, it might be a good idea to refinance. So some good options for you to consider if you're kind of hesitant about buying a home in this market. So hopefully that's helpful. Like I said, check out those videos that I put together. It gives more data and more explanation of things to help you out. Again, will we have a housing market crash? And then the second one is, are we in a housing market shift? So check those out. All right, well, let's go ahead and take a look at our local data, and we'll see some of the figures and how things are trending here in our housing market. Starting with Boulder County, I'll point out some key metrics here. I'll start with the days on market until sale. It's down 20% from last year at this time, so 24 days on market before a home goes under contract. And while that is down from last year at this time, it's close to what it was for April of 2022, so the month prior, when it was at 27. I think this is a figure that will continue to increase here in the coming months as our market continues to shift. It's not clearly represented here for Boulder County, because I think Boulder County is still a hot market. A lot of people are buying homes here. It's where people want to be. And as such, homes are still going under contract fairly quickly here overall throughout the county. The median sales price is up 9.7% from last year at this time. So single family homes in Boulder County are selling at $915,000. as far as the median sales price. And then the average sales price is $1,135,000, and that's up 11.4% from what it was last year at this time. The percent of list price received, homes are still selling above list price on average. And that's especially, like I said, those move-in ready homes. They're fully updated. They're ready to go. People are throwing down a lot of money to win offers. So it's still a fairly competitive market here. But I think this figure will probably start to change here in the coming months as well. So homes are selling at about 6.7% above the original list price on average throughout Boulder County. And that's about the same as what it was last year at this time. The inventory of homes for sale has gone up significantly in Boulder County. There were 365 homes on the market in May, and that's up 61% from May of 2021 when there was 227 homes on the market. So we're seeing our inventory increase, and I think this is starting to reflect the fact that homes are staying in the market a little bit longer. They're not selling within the first weekend. As you may recall, you'd list a home on a Wednesday or Thursday. All offers are due Monday. So that isn't happening. We're going past those weekends and homes are still on the market. We're seeing some homes doing price reductions, and I think this inventory of homes for sale is indicative of that. As such, the month supply of inventory has gone up 100% from last year at this time. May of 2021 saw 0.6 month supply of inventory, and this last month we saw 1.2 month supply of inventory. So that is going up. For Larimer County, looking at that days on market until sale, it was 36. That's down 18.2% from last year at this time when it was 44 days that a home would be on the market before it went under contract. However, April of this year, the days on market until sale was also 36. Again, I think this is going to trend upward here in the coming months. The median sales price for a home in Larimer County was $595,000. That's up 14.4% from last year at this time. And the average sales price was $690,000 for a single family home, and that's up 16.3% from last year at this time. Percent of list price received was similar to last year at this time, 104.3%. So that means homes are selling on average about 4.3% above the original list price. The inventory of homes for sale was 470 for the month of May, and that's up 18.4% from what it was in May of 2021 when it was at 397 homes on the market. And so we have seen a slight uptick in the month supply of inventory. In May of 2021, we saw 0.7 month supply of inventory, and now we're at 1 month supply of inventory, and that's up almost 43% from last year. Weld County, days on market until sale, that's 39. It's about the same as it was last year at this time, and it's exactly the same as it was in April of this year. And so, again, I think this will trend upward. The median sales price for a home in Weld County was $506,000. That's up 13.3% from last year at this time. And the average sales price was $578,000. That's up 18.4% from last year at this time. I think these median and average sales prices increasing year over year is just an indication that home values continue to go up because of that lower supply and high demand. The percent of list price received in Weld County, 103%. So on average, homes are selling about 3% above list price. That's the same as it was the prior year. And then the inventory of homes for sale has also gone up in Weld County, up 30%. So total of 525 homes for sale on the market in Weld County in May, and that's up from 404 homes for sale on the market from May of 2021. The month supply of inventory reflects this. In May of 2021, we saw 0.6 month supply of inventory, and right now we're looking at 0.9 month supply of inventory. That's up 50% from last year. So this is the data. Hopefully this is helpful. I think that we'll see the median and average sales price still increase, but maybe not as much as they have been year over year. And then the percent of list price received, I think, will start to go down as well here in the coming months. And that days on market until sale will increase here in the next few months. And I think that's just all indicative of the fact that our market is shifting. And that's produced by higher interest rates. And then, of course, we have inflation and the recession potentially coming our way. So it's causing a lot of buyers to pause and even sellers to consider whether or not they should move and buy somewhere else. So hopefully this is helpful. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to get in touch. If you're looking for some consultation, I offer that for free. to give you an idea of whether or not this is a good time to buy a home or to sell a home based on your personal circumstances. Be glad to meet with you or discuss with you what your concerns are, what your needs are, and help you make the next best step moving forward. We'll look forward to talking to you soon. Take care.